World of Wellness. This is the Wellness Week. I'm your host, Jamie Dorley, with the co-host, the one and only, the Godfather of Nutrition, Joe Messino. You look good today, Joe. How we doing?
Feeling good, Jamie.
You know what today's topic is? The Jamie and Joe Show.
Jamie and Joe Show. What is the Jamie and Joe Show?
Well, I've heard it's
the longest running episodic duo healthy talk show on the air today.
And multiple time winner. Your favorite number, multiple
time
winner.
Most entertaining.
Of course, got to build a bigger trophy case now. So you look well rested today. You're looking good in summertime. Got the seersucker on. You got the tan working. And today I want to talk about the day in the life, right? So many people ask me about product and they ask me about testing and working out. But I just want to talk about what does a day in the life look like when you're on the NF for Life program, because we are out here on a mission.
Yep.
And we're on a mission from God, of course, to make the world healthy, one person at a time. So I want to hear some of the tricks and trades of what we do. What has made you successful at your young age? You're looking so good. I was just texting a client and I says, I'm about to hit my prime. So, age is just a number. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're 56 and you think that, hey, my best years are behind me, maybe not. Yes.
No,
got a lot of fans here today telling us how we are number one.
That's right.
So,
yeah, I think back of when I heard Doc Holliday. They asked him if he was retired. He said, "Not me. I'm in my prime." Yeah. So yes, we're in our
prime. Could be at any age. Some people at 20 are not living their best life, and others at 80s or the Rolling Stones are still touring, right? So we want to
do you believe that Keith Richards outlived the
Richard Simmons?
Richard Simmons.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Right. One's enjoying their life, and maybe one not so much.
One not so much. Yeah. That's a big factor.
Yeah. Well, it's a combination of everything, right? Sure. I think it's you got to live the full lifestyle. Yeah. So I want to take you through and have you take us through what does that day look like. Hey, good morning, Joe. How we doing? Because we want to look at what does that lifestyle look like, right? Because I think people are so worried, oh, I don't like to go to the gym, or, you guys are health nuts. You're always worried about what you're going to eat. But really taking through what does that look like? So the first thing I do in a day of the life, and the great thing is you can come down today. We're wide open here. We got some people coming in now at the World of Wellness. So we do the Wellness Week, and that's exactly why we do it, so you can have a wellness experience. So people can come down live today. They can also call in, go on the website. Mm-hmm. So if they come down live, what are some of the things that they can try out today?
Well, just looking here in the room, I mean, we've got a beautiful relaxed sauna, far infrared sauna, which is how I start my day. I have one of those, that exact sauna, and there's hardly a day goes by that I don't start with a good hot sauna.
We need a good start to the day because I like to break the days down like football in the 4 quarters. Sometimes you go into overtime and sometimes you ease right into the end. But 4 quarters a day, it makes it easier for me to get through a day and make it more productive. So here we got the infrared sauna. What about the bed over there? That reclining chair looks very relaxing. The cloud.
Now that takes advantage of technology. That's pulsated infrared. Oh boy. I lost it.
Yeah, you have.
PEMF. There it is. There it is. PEMF. So what this basically is.
The first thing to go, folks, is
the brain. Yeah, where's my purples? But it's basically, Jamie, it's frequency, right? Everything we know is frequency. Everything vibrates. Everything has a vibration and a tone and a frequency. So this helps to regulate the frequencies in your body to mainly stimulate.
So for anybody my age out there, it's like tuning in the radio, okay? And for anyone below my age, it's like getting better Wi-Fi, right, in your body. So it helps tune in your body because we are electrical charged people, right? We have frequencies going through our body
all the time,
and that helps rebalance. And just the fact of going in that room for 10 minutes and having the light out and putting some good music on is very relaxing and therapeutic. So we have a lot of things you can do here. You know what I do first thing in the morning, Joe? Say my prayers.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yep.
Just like Hulk Hogan.
I get on my knees.
Take your vitamins.
Yep. And I get on my knees, say my prayers, and then I start with water and probiotic. Then I do all my duties, as far as making the bed, getting ready for the day. And then I like to take a nice long walk or some type of workout, right? It could be anything. The other day I did a stretching class, just pulled up the phone, on YouTube, typed in stretching class for beginners, and had a great 15 to 20-minute stretching class. Other days it's weights. Some days it's going on the boat, walking, hiking, yoga. There's so many different things that you can do, but your body's made to move.
Yeah.
So you either use it or
lose it.
Yeah, we don't want to lose it.
No.
So when I'm done with that morning routine, and I do my readings. I got a little Joyce Myers I read, and a couple of prayer books. So some of them are on the phone, a video or an audio. And then when I get ready for the day, sometimes I actually need a journal.
Mm-hmm.
And why would I journal? Because all those thoughts in your head need to be put down on paper.
Right.
Your mind is not a compartment for useless information, right?
No.
So the more you get in there, the more it decreases creativity. So I like to put it on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I like to send a couple text messages, email, whatever it may be, just even sometimes to myself, just to get that out of your head. And I was talking to someone the other day, they were really stressed out in here. And I said, write down all the things you're worried about and then look at that list later, maybe a month from now.
Yeah.
And usually none of them come true. Right.
Yes.
So
that reminds me of a great quote.
Let's hear it.
When worrying is just using your imagination to think of something you don't want to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Huh?
You don't want it. So why worry about it? Don't give it any energy.
Yeah. And the key is to have an outlet for it, right? So when I'm done with all those things, the first thing I do is I do a shake.
Yeah.
Shake a day. So I'm getting in the water. I'm getting into food. I'm taking care of emotional wellness, digestion, stress, right? Just had a great night's sleep. That's all part of our NFL Life program, right? Mm-hmm. It's the wellness program. And I do a shake. People say, why do you do a shake? Why would you do a shake first thing in the day?
Because you're feeding your body the nutrients it needs to start and maintain the day.
Yeah, think of the shake. It could be ultimate shake with greens. It could be super shake with the purples. It could be any combination, best way, keto, keto, using a protein-based shake because it's food. Think of the shake as a really healthy veggie omelet, right? Which is quite expensive.
Yeah.
You got to buy the food. You got to cook the food. I'm not against that. I'm just saying for an everyday compliance factor, I start with the shake. So when I say it's food is information.
That's right.
So if you look at all the research out there, it's not calories anymore. What do you count?
Chemicals, not calories.
I like that. Is that a Joeism or?
No, that's a Tracyism. But we're going to take it. We're going to use it.
Dr. Bob was using that one too. Yeah. So thanks to Dr. Tracy Strop, but she gives a lot of words of wisdom that you can apply right away. Mm-hmm. Count chemicals, not calories. And why is that?
Well, because you can't really eat a calorie, but you can eat a chemical. And we're eating tons of them in the packaged, processed foods most people eat in the standard American diet.
And the other part of it, calorie is not a calorie, right? If you eat 1,000 calories from Mickey D's, which is probably a Big Mac, right? Small fry and a Diet Coke, right? So if you eat that from McDonald's, that 1,000 calories, it's information. What's going to tell the body to do? Blood sugar go up, insulin go up.
It's telling the body to fight against what you just put in.
Yeah. It's telling the body to be more inflamed. Fat storage goes up.
Yeah.
Energy goes down and cravings go up. How would you feel after that? Do you watch Super Size Me the movie?
That's an interesting point, that cravings go up, because what does a drug do? It causes you to want more of it, right? Your body wants more. The more you take of it, the more you want. These chemicals are the same.
This has been proven, Joe. If you look at the movie Food Inc.,
right?
Katie Couric was the narrator. I love her voice on there. She did such a nice job. And, she was even surprised that when they fed mice in the study, they gave them a choice of either cocaine or sugar. And what they saw over time is the mice would gravitate towards the high fructose corn syrup. So more powerful than the hardcore drugs. Yeah,
it is.
And then they said, oh, my God, this is fascinating. This is what we give to people.
That's right.
What's high fructose corn syrup in?
Oh, my God. Every packaged food there is on the market. It's cheaper than real sugar.
Yeah. I was just out with my buddy the other day, and he's got, type 2 diabetes, and he was grabbing a cranberry juice.
How about ketchup? It's in all the ketchups, right? People use it.
So the second part of the study is that they gave the mice high fructose corn syrup, and each time they went for it, they give them a little electrical jolt, right? To see, how much is the joy versus the pain, right? And sure enough, they went to it until their bodies were literally cooking.
Oh my God.
And then when people watch this go, oh my God, I said, well, wait a minute. What do you think? Cardiovascular disease, diabetes,
That's right.
inflammation, pain, autoimmune. Your body's inflamed to the point it's cooking. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I ate something, and I was like, I don't usually eat this, right? Some type of carbs. And when right after I ate, I can feel my hands. They start to swell a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was saying to a coworker, I said, look, I says, I can feel it. I said, I don't eat that food very often. I said, I can feel the difference right away. I go, now, if I eat that every day, my whole body would swell. So that's what's going on. Food's information. So when you go for the breakfast bar or the breakfast sandwich, if you go for the donut, the coffees, the lattes, all this stuff that's loaded with sugar and fat, it's telling the body to produce inflammation. It's telling the body to increase cravings. Right. Well, if you eat 1,000 calories, how could you be craving after? Right. Because the chemicals in there, these biochemists and these flavoring experts, they're paid tons of money, Joe, because they want to get you addicted. You ever hear the commercial? You can't eat just one.
Eat just one.
Why?
Well, because they're addicting because of the chemicals that are in there. Not only that, you're still hungry because you're nutritionally starved.
Yeah. How many baked potatoes can you eat?
Maybe one. If you're lucky.
Usually a half or three quarters, right? Or you split it with someone. How many, the commercial for the potato chips, you can't eat just one.
That's right.
You see people in bags of this stuff, right? Because
there's
no nutrients in it. All it does is make you addicted to it. You see them licking their fingers and everything else. So, folks, food is information. What you give the body will tell the body what to do. So what I like to give my body is food that's going to help my muscles and my tissue repair. That's going to give my cells energy. That's going to increase my stamina, right? Which is going to eliminate cravings. And it's going to get my body to utilize fat as an energy source.
Right. And your body then will be working as a nice fine-tuned machine because it's not starving. Right. You're giving it what it needs. I just heard one of my students, my nutrition students out here, tell one of our patrons that if you give the body what it needs, it will heal.
Oh, the student becomes thy teacher, huh? Is that what's going on
she
next?
Did.
You're like the guru.
Did. Oh, it was a nice, proud moment. Yes.
So the other reason I like to do the shakes is I can drink my nutrients, right? True. That way, if you don't want to take tons of pills or capsules or things like that, chewables, you can get the shake. And if you do something like the ultimate shake and the greens, you have your 90 essential nutrients.
Right.
Check that box for the day, Joe.
That's right.
So Q1 of the day, quarter one of the day is coming to a close. Now, so far, we've invested in ourselves in every one of the lifestyle habits. So now getting a nice shower, getting my clothes out, getting dressed. And how do you think you feel then driving to the office?
You're going to feel great. Your body is going to respond in a positive way.
Yeah. So I'm not getting on TikTok in the morning. I'm not checking a bunch of emails. I'm not blasting people that I've had disagreements with. I'm not doing any of those things. Well, the first quarter of the day is setting the stage for the rest of the day so that when the second quarter starts, and if it's a work day, which they usually are, I'm going to be in the office or in the field. But now I'm ready. I'm ready to do the workshops and the videos and the meetings or meet with people. And then you're cruising through, right? So now if you want a little extra water, you need a coffee, whatever it may be, a lot of people go for the drinks like the reds, greens, oranges, and purples, and they're ready to go. Now, from that time of starting work until lunchtime, which is like halftime of the day, I always recommend to go for a 5-minute walk. Stand up, right? Here we have stairs, so I like to go up and down the steps, right? On occasion, maybe go in and do the cloud therapy. But you'll even see our team yesterday, 2 days in a row, I busted them, Joe. I happened to come at the same time at the office as they were coming back from their walk, and they do a whole wardrobe change.
Oh, well, good.
Because they're out there getting their steps. So we encourage that in Nutritional Frontiers, right? This whole world of work-life integration, right? Because there's no such thing as balance, right? So we eliminated work-life balance. You know, that term has been eliminated?
It has.
Yes, it has. I just did. Because there's no such thing as that. I go to work and I leave and I'm done. What, you don't ever think of work? You never think of home when you're at work? You ever have a dentist appointment at 3 o'clock, right? So work-life integration, folks. That way, there's not so much pressure. There's one caveat, though.
What's that?
Technology. This is JD-ism. Ready?
Okay.
Technology allows us to work from anywhere, but we don't have to work from everywhere. So when I see you at the beach, put the phone away.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're listening to music at the beach, you miss the whole point of the beach, right? So don't overload yourself with technology. This should be your friend. I love it because I can work on it and I get music, any kind of music I like. And it allows me to be accessible without constantly being on there. So be very careful of what I call surfing, right? That's kind of like when you watch TV, but you're just going through the channels. I don't do that. I used to. And the same thing with the phone. Be careful of just getting on there. It's like a pacifier for an adult, right? What are your thoughts?
Well, I remember when these things first came out.
Phones?
Yes.
Oh,
no, cell phones.
Okay. We're going way back.
Cell phones.
Okay.
Right. And the big thing was, well, you had one school that said, well, this gives you freedom. You have freedom to leave the office and still be productive. The other school of thought was, no, if I take it with me, I'm never free from the office. So there it is. And which one was it? Well, it was an integration of both of them. So
yeah, and you're having times during the day where something pops up and you need to get some fresh air. I'm trying to change my environment when the intensity goes up. Of course,
there are times when you're multitasking too, like when you're taking that morning walk and you're calling me.
Of course,
taking advantage of
Joe does not need. You don't need an alarm clock anymore. I'm your alarm clock. So, and you can call a friend, right? We joke around about that a lot, but one of the worst things to do is keep everything inside. We learned that with the Soul Intelligence program, of course, but you want to let those feelings, those thoughts, good or bad, out. The other thing I learned on a podcast recently, which was pretty cool. This is Damon John, the FUBU guy from Shark Tank. He said, just because you have a thought doesn't mean it's true. He goes, most of my thoughts are wrong. So if I say something about myself that's bad in my head, or I think something's going to happen that's bad, he goes, I immediately eliminate it from my thought process.
Right. Don't repeat it.
Yeah.
The repetition of the thought creates a belief.
I think a lot of people get stressed out these days with making decisions, right? You got to decide what you're going to wear. You're going to decide where the kid's going to go to school, what job you're going to have. There's so many decisions to make, right? Thing we learned this week is there more than one way to skin a cat. So the old saying, I know I don't like that one, but the idea is there's more than one way to do it, right?
There's more than one way.
So when you're making a decision, doesn't matter. Just take it and go with it, right? So now we're approaching lunchtime. This is a big one because we're at the halfway point of the day. We're still on that work day. And then here comes lunch. So do we run down the street to the fast food, go through the drive-through and eat in our car?
No.
You see people doing that, right?
Well, of course. That's why it was invented, the drive-through, right?
Yeah, sheets. So, look, I recommend the pack a lunch, right? Because you can get a much better value, healthy food. And if you did this shake in the morning, you're not starving at lunch.
That's right.
If you do this intermittent fasting, the first meal should still be a shake because it's going to get your body to burn. Mm-hmm. So we see everyone upstairs yesterday. It smelled like a restaurant up there. Bring your food with you to work. It's a lot less expensive. Mm-hmm. It's a lot healthier. And then you don't have to wait. It's right there. It's ready to roll. Yes. And being that you're a chef, I see you're on Talia's cooking show.
I am.
Who's this Talia?
I'm the co-host now, or I'm the sous chef now on Cooking with Talia and Papa. So,
you still have your name on there?
I still get a little bit of billing.
It's starting to fade, I think.
Of course. Well, that was the plan all along.
Yeah, it's like Cooking with Pop now. The A's gone, so we're reducing it. But no, you guys have fun with cooking, right? Yeah. You put love into it.
We bring you some sometimes too.
I tell you what, that eggplant. Don't tell our guests today, but your eggplant was fantastic. But you guys, even Talia says, I put love into the cooking, right? Enjoy it. So when you make that food in the eggplant, I mean, I was really surprised, Joe. You got me on that one. It was pretty good.
One of your favorites.
She must have made it, right?
She did.
I knew it. I could tell the difference. Mm-hmm. But no, she joked around the one day. She's like, Papa's too busy today. I need to slow down. Remember?
Yeah.
Because I put the love in it. Yeah. So do that. And then look, when I cook, I usually cook a lot of food and I'll put it in containers. My daughter's a teacher down in DC. She meal preps. She makes her food. She puts in containers. She takes it because it's healthier and it's less expensive. Really expensive to live down there. So, and then right after you eat, I recommend going for a walk. So if you got to wear shoes at work, bring a pair of sneakers, throw them on, go for a walk. If the weather is not nice, just go outside a little bit, right? You can bundle up. And a lot of times people too will go to a grocery store to walk or a mall.
Right.
So you have some options. So on a lunch hour, if you have limited time, go for a walk.
You know, and that's one of the things that I love when I go grocery shopping is one of my favorite things to do, obviously. But, you know, if I'm not.
Oh, hold on a minute. Phil, you hear this? This guy loves grocery shopping.
I love it.
That's going to go right on his video.
It's the only kind of shopping I like. Yeah. It's the only kind I like.
So, what's here? Where do you go?
So, well, in the summer, I love farmers markets.
Oh, now you're talking.
Now I'm walking through the farmers market. I'm outside. I'm buying great food.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That is a cool thing.
And then even if I'm going to an indoor market like a Trader Joe's or Fresh Time, you know, the ones I like, I just don't go buy what I was there for. I'm walking every aisle just in case.
Yeah. I do that at Whole Foods because they may have different things in I didn't know. And some food is already cooked, which is cool. So you can get that for lunch for the day.
Sure.
Or you can go get some stuff to prepare yourself. But, you know, what I hear when you talk, I can picture you at the farmer's market. It's a fun experience.
Fun. Love it.
Yeah, I think the whole world has got to where, you know, a task like shopping has become tedious and too much for people. That's why I see so many people doing DoorDashes and things like that.
You know, what is it called? Instagram?
Gratification.
Instagram, whatever. They have
Instagram,
people that do the shopping for you. I don't want anybody picking my food.
Well, I understand if somebody's really busy, that's fine.
Sure.
However, you know, at some point you got to incorporate these lifestyles. So we're talking about really living the life that you should be living. We're giving you some of our good secrets that we learned from people like Dr. Tracy and Dr. Len, yourself, Christine.
We learn from everybody, Jay.
Yeah, and it's a nice lifestyle when you do it because you feel a lot better.
Sure.
You're not so stressed out. You're breaking your day down into 4 quarters. And can you do one round, Joe? Can you go one more round?
You always have one more round.
Yeah,
you know where I got that, don't you?
Rocky.
Yeah.
So we're getting back from lunch hour. Right, just like today, you can come down to World of Wellness right here at 2419 Baltic Road. We have free food today, free smoothies. You want to try out a smoothie, all different types of snacks. And then, did you get your postcard in the mail?
I sure did.
Oh, a lot of people brought those in. So if you bring in the postcard, what do you get?
You get the swag bag. You get the Louis Vuitton bag. It's black. It's high level.
Oh, wow.
All the goodies in there. $100 worth of stuff in that
At
bag.
least 100.
At least.
Wow.
And the value's even more.
How much does it cost?
0.0.
Your favorite number, Joe. So bring down your postcard. Come on down. We're live at World of Wellness. If you're not sure how to get here, let your fingers do the walking. 412-922-WELL. 412-922-9355. You can also go on our website, which is wowpgh.com. You can order not only Nutritional Frontiers, but all the brands right on there. If you like to email us, you can do that too, right? And you can just come down and shop and get whatever you need. So you get the discounts either way.
Sure do.
And we're trying to help you out. So we got a lot of great things here. Good morning. How we doing? Got the Pirates shirt on. Big win last night. Came from down a run in the bottom of the 9th and brought it home. So good luck to the Buccos. They're approaching championship status, which in Pittsburgh is what? 500.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know. Did we ever have one? It's been
500 season, but people are really loyal in Pittsburgh, not only the Pirates, but Nutritional Frontiers and World of Wellness. You do not need to have an appointment to come down today. You can call us or stop in at any time. And looking forward to seeing everyone. A lot of people now go onto the website. If you're on vacation, can ship it right to your house or wherever you're located. So we're talking about on the Jamie and Joe show today. So what is that?
The longest running episodic duo healthy talk show on the air today.
Yeah, and one of the key things.
My FM voice.
I like it. Yeah. You know, they say the best medicine is laughter. And we're laughing this morning. We laughed last night. During the day at work. You know, there's times it's a little more serious and intense, but, you know, you got to enjoy it. So surround yourself with the right people that make you laugh instead of make you cry. And that's part of the lifestyle. So now we're getting back from lunch. A lot of people after lunch are tired. Why is that?
Sure, they're tired because they're eating food that's causing their body to work hard, break it down, fight against it, and now they're in a battle, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to cause you to be tired.
Think of your metabolism like a fire pit, right? You got a fire pit in your yard?
Yeah, I do.
So it's nice you sit out back, have the fire pit going. So, you know, if you look at the kindling, which is like paper or little twigs, that's like sugar, right?
Okay.
You put that on a fire, what happens?
It starts to burn.
Burns really high, really quick, and then what happens?
Fades out quickly.
That's like when you eat sugar, right? What about if you put a big wet log on the fire that hasn't been split or dried?
A slow, long time.
It's going to probably put it out, right? So that's like Thanksgiving dinner where you eat that huge meal, you go on the couch and everyone's watching football and everyone's sleeping, right? However, when you get the metabolism cooking, right, and you put those medium-sized logs on that are really primed to burn, good morning, you can feed that fire all day long. And if you let it sit a couple minutes too late, it's still burning.
Yep.
You put some extra on, it'll burn hotter, but it's always cooking all day long. That's how you want your metabolism to be, right? Like people like yourself or me, you know, we can eat a little more once in a while, right? Or eat something that we normally don't eat, right? If you have a slice of pizza, you don't eat 5 slices, right? Or a whole pie, but you can have a slice or 2, right?
Yeah.
And when your metabolism's cooking, it'll burn it right up. What about if your metabolism is not operating at an optimal level?
If it's not operating, then it's going to drag. It's going to be slow. It's going to accumulate.
Yeah.
Right. And then your body's not going to know what to do with.
So there's no secret, right? There is a blueprint for success. So I always say move more and eat a little bit less, right? And when you get your body accustomed to eating smaller meals, the stomach starts to shrink. Your body fat levels will go down. Your energy levels will go up. You'll feel much better. You'll have the energy to do a workout or a nice brisk walk. And more importantly, you can recover from those activities, right?
You know, that whole concept of eating these big 3 square meals a day is all marketing. That's not the way our ancestors were.
You know where it came from?
Where'd it come from?
The Holy Roman Empire.
Oh.
They had to feed the soldiers. So they guaranteed them 3 meals a day. That was one of the hooks. You weren't around back then?
No,
I wasn't. Your time?
Well, I was on the other side, on the elite side. I wasn't
on the elite side. Yeah. Okay. But no, it came from a lot of the old military. That's how they would eat. And I'm okay with number of meals. I think they should be smaller and more frequent.
Right. Yeah.
I like to do about 2 shakes a day and maybe 1-2 meals a day. So it just depends on the day and also your activity level. You should eat for what you're going to do, not for what you did.
Oh, that's a good point. I like
that.
Yeah.
Because food should be energy for what you're going to do and for recovery, what you did. So you do a nice big workout. You don't need a huge meal after. You probably need a shake within about 2 hours and a meal within 4 hours. So there's quality of food. So we have an apple versus a Twinkie. We know what quality means, right? Most people. We have quantity of food, you know, half a baked potato rather than 3, right? So even healthy food. So the thing that people are not usually educated on is the timing.
And you know what else, Jamie? A lot of times people are eating when they're really just thirsty. You're not hydrated. You're not getting good liquids, good water, and you think you're hungry.
Yeah, one of the first signs of fatigue, right? You know, or being hungry is that you're dehydrated.
Yeah.
So you're exactly where I'm at, right? So the timing. You know, the guru used to say 3 by 3 and 5 by 9. So that means 3 shakes, meals or snacks by 3 p.m. and 5 by 9 p.m. Right? Now someone says, oh, I do intermittent fasting. Is it working for you? Because at some point you have to break the fast and that should still be a shake.
That's right.
So nothing works for everyone, right? Everything works and nothing works forever. So you got to keep evolving your program. Summertime, I do 2 shakes a day. Why? You want to be a little lighter on your feet. You know, you're at the pool, the beach, you're on the boat. You're moving around more. It's hotter out, right? You want to be lighter in the summer. So I'll do more shakes in the summertime.
And plus, that's giving you more liquid.
Yeah.
Hydrating.
Absolutely.
Right.
Got to stay hydrated. So after that lunchtime until dinner time, that's really where you find out how well your metabolism is working. If you're getting tired at 2, 3, 4 o'clock at work or at home, what's that telling you?
Well, that's telling you your metabolism is off because you shouldn't be. You should be still fueled for the day.
That means your blood sugar went really high after lunch. You probably ate a lot of processed carbs or heavy fats or both.
Right.
It's too much for your digestion to take care of. It's working overtime, and now you
And
get
then when they
tired.
eat that big lunch, what do? They go back to their desk and sit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just settling.
Yeah,
in.
sometimes they sleep. Yeah. We have cameras everywhere in the office, of course. Not that I'm watching, but some people do take a little cat nap
Do
during
they?
the day,
Yeah.
Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe who it is, right?
Oh,
No, but hey, I'm all for a afternoon siesta, especially on the weekends, right?
sure.
Nothing wrong with that. But if you feel like you're just getting tired because of what you ate after, then you need to cut back on the volume of the
Mhm.
food, and always incorporate a salad or veggies if you feel like you're eating too much, right? Because I like
Yeah.
to eat, but you can only eat so many veggies and so much salad. So we're getting close to that, later in the day. Something I found works great in the afternoon would be a shake, especially with the pro oranges. Help with blood sugar, adrenals, right, and cravings. So what do you like about the pro oranges?
Well, the Pro Oranges is cellular energy in a nutshell. So this is going to fuel your body to do, and your mind to do what it needs to do throughout the day without that, rise and without that crash.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we've all talked about, especially Dr. Bob, we live in this sea of toxicity and stress, right? When the body is stressed out, which we all are, we're going to try and calm it down. So if the cortisol levels are really high, people are going to try and overcompensate with sugar, salt, alcohol, right? Caffeine, nicotine. Those are the things that they are trying to help with. So we got to realize that stress is overwhelming for people these days.
Yep.
If you're feeling anxious or feeling depressed or feeling angry or don't have the, mental strength or emotional stability, it's because your hormones are off. You're overstressed. And all the sugar in the world is not going to help you.
And cortisol is a hormone, right?
It's a great hormone, but when
Yes.
it's peaks and valleys at the wrong times, that's when we're in trouble.
When you're in constant fight or flight, that's when cortisol gets out of control.
Yeah, I call it running on adrenaline.
Yeah.
So the oranges will get you through that afternoon crash. And now we're getting to the end of the workday, right? So rather than going home and eating a big meal and sitting on the couch and saying how tired you are, I say when you get done with work, take a few steps, right? When you get home, before you cook or before you eat, get a good bottle of water and you go for a 5, 10, 15, 20-minute walk. You'll feel better, right? Then you can have your meal at night, whatever you're going to have. I recommend at night or even for lunch, build your meal around some lean protein.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you eat meat or fish or chicken, I always recommend wild fish, number one.
Oh, it has to be wild caught or they're toxic.
Wild fish, grass-fed beef, organic chicken, or turkey. Those are the 4 I go with, right? I eat a little more bland than most people if I'm cooking, but that's the core of the meal would be the protein.
Yeah.
And there's also fats in that food, folks. Okay. You'll get plenty of fat in the protein. Chicken has fat, beef has fat, even fish has fat, right? Turkey. So build it around there. The next thing I do is about half the plate should be veggies, greens, and salads, right? And then if you're working out and you're lean and you're moving around a lot, you can have a little bit of starch.
Yes.
But I find the leaner the people are, the less starch you're eating.
That's right.
So I'm not anti-bread. I'm not anti-pasta. I'm not anti-rice, baked potatoes, sweet potatoes. It's got to be unprocessed in the right source. And it's fuel. If you don't burn it off, you will store it. So be very careful.
That's
if
right.
you're trying to lose, you're trying to get leaner, you have to cut the starch out. Some people have to cut the starch and the fat's really low. But I like the healthy fats to incorporate. So now we're like 7 o'clock. Be careful of doing that, that exercise of holding down the couch, right? Because it can become very addicting and habit forming, and it's not real productive. Now, I'm not against watching TV. I like sports. And of course, my favorite show of all time.
Favorite show of all time. Seinfeld?
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that.
Anything wrong with that.
There's a show. So I like comedies. I like sports, and I like some good movies sometimes. But I do not like to just sit there and go through and just see what's on, right? It's not healthy. And a lot of these reality shows I'm not into.
Oh my God, no. Well, it's not reality because there's a camera and a microphone.
Yeah. So if I want to watch someone cook, I'll go to Joe's house and watch his granddaughter. So, and then we're getting, later in the evening, 3:45, we're winding down at night. Hey, I don't do it a lot, but some people tell me they love a nice bath, You know, they'll actually put some candles on, some music, and actually treat themselves right. Nothing wrong with that. Like, just relax a little bit, put some music on.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
I like to sit outside at night if it's nice out and put some music on and just chill out a little bit. Go for a walk, you know, watch a movie. But try not to do anything too stressful at night, right? Too excitatory, right?
Right.
And I always
don't watch the news at night.
Oh, don't watch the news ever. Because there is no news.
No.
It's a reality show. So what I like to do at night especially is ease into it, right?
Yeah.
If you have something that's on your mind, make the phone call, right? Send the text message. Write it down in your journal. You don't want to go to bed at night with a bunch of negative thoughts in your head.
I got to show you something.
All
right.
Hey,
remember my ordeal at the Boston Logan Airport the other day?
Sure.
This is the note I got from Talia.
Oh.
She sent me a snack when I got home, and she said, "I want to throw a punch at the plane people." See you tomorrow.
Oh my God, man! What is that? It's so sweet, huh? That's from the granddaughter.
Worried about her papa.
Yep. So, you know, love is always the best thing to help us through any day.
You want to see unconditional love? Go talk to your grandchildren.
Oh, I can't wait. Let me know when. Yeah. You know, it's a tough world we live in, right? Yeah. But I find the more you're around like-minded people, like we have here at the World of Wellness or in the Wellness Weeks, the more you're around positive people, the more you're around friends and family, and you know, the more you take yourself away from a lot of the noise, right? Which to me is the TikToking and the news and, you know, all the negative stuff going on at all times. You can always find a reason to be upset, but whenever I'm struggling, which is sometimes, hey, we all do good and bad days. I was reading this quote the other day. It says, sometimes you kick butt, sometimes you get your butt kicked. But the number one thing you always got to do is get your butt up as quick as possible, right?
It's not how hard you hit. It's how hard you can get hit.
So I was on a flight the other day, right? And, you know, having a pity party, you know how many people invited to that? One, yeah. So I said, finally I sit there and I says, oh my God. I see a guy coming through the airport, got no legs, right? And I says, wow, look at him. He got a big smile on his face, right? So I says, all right, God, thank you for the hint. Time for the gratitude list.
That's right.
So when you're struggling, you write down the gratitude. Morning, how we doing? We write down a gratitude list, what you're thankful for. And I'm thankful for all the great customers and patients that come in here. But writing down a gratitude list, and it starts out really small for me. Thank you for the water. Thank you for the bed I can sleep in. Thank you for my faith in God and Jesus. Hey, thanks. I got hot water in the shower.
That's right.
You ever showered without hot water?
I have.
Or you ever been out of water?
A very quick one.
Oh, and how does that feel? Woo. When you get a hot one, you appreciate it.
You sure do.
Until you get 1,000 in a row and you don't appreciate it. Even my car started. So I'm like, hey, there's been times my car didn't start.
That's right.
Hey, you know, I got coffee, I got smoothies, I got water, I got everything I need, because there's sometimes you don't have it.
Basics and foundations. We talk about that all the time in our health approach, but in life, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
People don't have them.
So I appreciate people around me. I appreciate my life, and I appreciate what I have, right? Because at the time I didn't have anything. So now I got a lot of great people around me. So I love it. Day in the life, the Jamie and Joe show. Any parting shots for everyone, Joe? Because I know you give so much good wisdom.
You know, I think you ended it perfectly on gratitude. That's how we should be starting our day. That's how we should be ending our day, with gratitude. You have an attitude of gratitude. Here comes Phil, and you will live long and prosper.
Well, my friend's dad, Mr. Voigt, he always said, number one, you're just as good as anyone and better than most, right? Number two, your attitude will determine your altitude. If you want to soar high, have a great attitude. So thanks, everyone. We're down here today until 4 o'clock. World of Wellness, 2419 Baldwick Road, right in the heart of Pittsburgh, PA. All you need to do is come on down, free parking in the front and back. If you can't make it, give us a call, 412-922-WELL, 412-922-9355, or check out our website, wowpgh.com. That's wowpgh.com. So thanks, everyone. Let's have a great weekend. Let's enjoy it, and God bless.